Hi folks, and welcome back to Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So I'm going to talk about the mid-game. So as you can see here, we've converted the bungalow into a math kitchen. And yes, I'm saying math because YouTube does not like the other word. So we've got this sorted with a few chemists and a packer to crush it into bricks for us. So what we're doing is we're splitting half of it into nuggets, which we'll put into jars and baggies, and the other half is going into bricks, because with the bricks we're going to give these to the dealers. And the good thing about the dealers is it doesn't matter what ratio you give it to them in, whether it be baggies or bricks, they will sell it. And another note here is you don't actually have to have the product for sale in your product manager for your dealer to sell it. So whatever you give to them, doesn't matter if you're selling it or not, they will sell it for you. And basically the best way to get more money from your dealers is to give them bricks. So that's what we're doing here with the math. We're splitting it into bricks, and we're also splitting it into nuggets, which we will then sell ourselves. Because even with all these dealers going, there will still be a few of them that you have to deal with. Okay, there's not enough dealers to go around everyone just yet. But I'm also going to show you what we're doing with the weed, because once you hit the mid-game, you don't really want to be dealing with thousands of jars or baggies of it. So we'll go over to the barn and I'll show you what we've kind of come up with. This might not be the super meta game way of doing it, but this is a good way of making it less of a problem. Because, screw you, Tent. Not Tent, our lovely member, Trent, that guy. But yeah, so this is how we're dealing with the influx of huge amounts of weed that we are trying to get rid of and also not become basically backed up with. Because when you boil it down, this game is basically Factorio with rugs. So we're going to go have a look at the barn. Actually, also, Peter File. He wants 6, and what we can do, as we're not doing it in smaller quantities anymore, we can say counter offer and say, would you like 10? Because if you do it in quantities of 5, each jar has 5 in it. So 10 would be 2 jars. So we can increase the quantity, but with Peter File, you can kind of rip him off a little bit and he won't say no. So the fair price is $4.40. I'm going to ask for $6.35. We'll see what he says. I guess that's fine when. So what you have to do, you have to get a feel for each character. Like Jesse Waters, you can rip off really badly because how her character's written in this. But say Mrs. Ming won't take any jip. So you've got to be really careful with certain characters of how much you can push them for, price and quantity. So we'll just jump into the barn and I'll show you what I mean by moving into the mid-game. So as you can see, we have our botanists working 8 pots each. So the botanists are each supplied a rack. So the rack that's pointed out this way services these 8 pots. And then the rack that is pointed this way services these 8 pots. So they grab from here the soil and the seeds, they plant, then they pick, and it comes onto this shelf. And from here, the packers then take it over here and turn it into bricks. And with this, all of these bricks are then dumped over here, which I actually need to clean this off, and they all go to the dealers. We don't deal with bricks of weed at all anymore. So all of this goes to the dealers, and that's how, as I can show you here, dealers, they start pulling in quite decent amounts of cash. And as you can see here, they have that much math on them, that much Granddaddy Purple. So this is how we're moving away from dealing in small quantities to shifting it over. Because the plan is for us, I mean, you can do this differently. You could have the bungalow as your weed kitchen and this as your math kitchen. But we're leaving this for the weed, and then the next building that we buy, which is the dock warehouse, will be math and Coca-Cola. So that's how we're kind of shifting from sort of early game into mid game. And bricks do seem to be the way to go. As you can see here, bricks there, and then just this all gets dumped to the dealers. So as we're not dealing with jars anymore, we don't have basically 500 jars sitting everywhere in here taking up all the space. So I hope this little chat has been helpful, folks, talking about the mid game. If it has, please do like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications, it really does help us out, and I shall see you all for the next one. So until then, take it easy, and I'll see you later.